Man, I've been waiting a long time to make this video, but now I can finally say it. I've experienced every ride and attraction at Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. This brand new theme park marks the first major park opening in Orlando in 26 years, and it's honestly such an exciting time to be a theme park fan. Universal launched Epic Universe with 11 opening day attractions and 2 shows, but today we're focusing strictly on the rides themselves. So let's not waste any more time because we've got so much to cover. So here are my official rankings of every ride at Universal's Epic Universe. Let's talk about Fire Drill, the only ride I really wasn't a fan of. Don't get me wrong, this ride looks fantastic. The vehicles are super cool, and having a water ride in the park is definitely a plus, especially with how brutal Florida summers can truly get, but the experience itself just didn't hit the mark. It's way too short. The targets don't respond well, and even though it tries, it feels a bit pointless. The sets are awesome, and the theme centered around Rough Nut and Tough Nut is hilarious and creative. I just wish they had put a little more time into refining the experience and extending the ride length just a little bit. Dragon Racers Rally is a blast. You get some incredible views of the park, and even a close-up interaction with Stardust, which is super cool. If you can get the ride vehicles to flip, it really kicks the thrill up a notch, and it provides an incredible night ride. But honestly, getting those flips is way harder than any other Skyfly style ride I've experienced. Plus, with the park this busy, the ride cannot handle the crowds at this low capacity. By the time you build up enough momentum, the ride cycle is already winding down. While the ride is fun, it's over so quickly that it's hard to enjoy. It's definitely a fun and visually impressive ride, and I'm glad Florida finally has one, but I'm not sure Epic Universe was the right park for it. It feels a little out of place in a park that's otherwise packed with deeply immersive, story-driven attractions. Constellation Carousel is honestly a marvel. The dome that surrounds it is absolutely stunning, and the entire ride feels like something out of a dream. It's not your typical carousel. Imagine taking a classic carousel and combining it with a teacup ride, but on a very low thrill scale. The creatures don't just move up and down, they actually spin, adding a whole new dynamic to the experience. What makes it really special is how each ride can feel totally different. Sometimes it feels like you're drifting through a calm celestial journey. Other times it feels like a cosmic dance party. And even though it ranks lower on my list, don't let that fool you. This is a beautiful, unique attraction that's absolutely worth checking out. Especially at night. Even if it has a long wait, it is worth your time to just sit there and be in awe. Yoshi's Adventure is just pure fun. You really can't go wrong with a well done Omnimover, and I'm thrilled to finally have one on Universal property. What's funny is, Universal didn't have to go this hard with it. The ride is fairly short, and that's honestly its only true downside, but everything else, fantastic. The views across Super Nintendo World are gorgeous, and even get sneak peeks into Donkey Kong Country, and every scene is packed with charm, and the number of animatronics is seriously impressive. Plus, there's a clever little egg hunt minigame built right into your ride vehicle where you can try to unlock the golden egg. Sure, it's simple, but it's such a fun little bonus. There may not be anything groundbreaking about it, but Yoshi's Adventure is the definition of a great family ride. It's colorful, interactive, and just a feel-good experience from start to finish. Donkey Kong Minecart Madness is our first coaster on the list, and this ride is wild. The fake track effect is unbelievably convincing. I'll be honest, I had my doubts when this ride was first announced, but seeing it in person completely changed my mind. It's actually pure genius. The ride features some fantastic animatronics, exciting launches, and those jump track moments are just next level. I also love the water splashdown finale. It's such a cool touch. The pacing is super quick, and there's a constant sense of surprise around every corner. Now, the one thing to note, it's rough, and not painful rough, but definitely janky in a way that can catch you off guard. I don't mind it personally, but it's one of those coasters where you definitely gotta brace yourself for those transitions. But that said, Minecart Madness is still a ton of fun, and a standout addition to the park. Curse of the Werewolf might just be the true hidden gem of Epic Universe. It's not the longest ride out there, easily its biggest downside. But aside from that, the coaster really delivers. The launches have a solid kick to them, not too intense but still thrilling, and the first half is genuinely fun. The swing launch is a highlight, and the interactions with the werewolf throughout the ride adds a great thematic punch. But once you blast out of that swing launch, that's when the ride turns into a full-on powerhouse. Especially if you're riding in that front car, you'll be spinning non-stop. There are a few surprising airtime moments, a super forceful turnaround, and an energy that never lets up. I do wish it just lasted a little bit longer. And honestly, the use of mannequins instead of animatronics, especially for the Mystic at the end, just feels like such a missed opportunity. But even with that, Curse of the Werewolf is an exciting, underrated thrill that deserves more attention. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is hands down my favorite family coaster in the park. This ride is the perfect example of how to do a family coaster right. The onboard audio absolutely nails the vibe, and the test flight storyline fits the experience perfectly. The show scenes before both launches are super impressive and adds a great narrative layer. Plus at night, this ride has some of the best views across Isle of Berk and Epic Universe as a whole, and it seems to run much faster towards the end of the day. The ride just delivers. It's just the right amount of punch. Not too intense, but definitely not boring either. In a lot of ways, this feels like the perfected version of other family coasters in Orlando like Slinky Dog Dash or Penguin Trek. It's a smooth, thrilling ride without being overwhelming, and great for younger riders, while still offering enough excitement for coaster fans like me to enjoy. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge kicks off the list of true standouts in Epic Universe. I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of the version at Universal Studios Hollywood. It was fun, but I didn't really know what was going on. Maybe this time I just had a better sense of what to expect, or maybe I just went in with lower expectations, but this version completely won me over. The AR works way better over here, and those show scenes, they're next level. You really feel like you're in the world of Mario. Flying through Boo's castle with everything moving around you is genuinely awe-inspiring. And the transition into Rainbow Road, one of the best visual transitions I've ever seen on a ride. The competitive elements adds a ton of replay value. The only downside is that if you want to score high, you basically have to stay locked into the AR the entire time, which means missing out on a lot of the amazing scenery around you. It's a bit of a trade-off. Enjoy the ride or go for the win. But still, Bowser's Challenge is an absolute blast, and I love riding it over and over again to chase that high score. Monsters Unchained: The Frankenstein Experiment is truly a one-of-a-kind attraction. Without a doubt, it's one of the greatest dark rides ever created. The sheer number of high-quality animatronics packed into one fully immersive experience is unlike anything else out there. It's not a thrill ride in the traditional sense, but it's so action-packed and dynamic that it still feels exciting from start to finish. The animatronics are absolutely phenomenal. Some of the most hyper-realistic I've ever seen. From Dracula floating in midair to a 9-foot Frankenstein moving with shocking speed and fluidity, to figures hanging upside down and still looking completely lifelike. It's all just jaw-dropping. If I had one complaint, it's that the ending comes way too suddenly. I feel like there should be one or two more big scenes to really cap it off, but aside from that, the ride is nothing short of incredible. I truly hope Monsters Unchained sets the tone for the future of Universal attractions, because if this is where things are heading, we've got some seriously exciting times ahead. Stardust Racers is quite honestly a near perfect roller coaster. It feels like Mach rides have finally perfected its craft. Stardust manages to be both incredibly intense and insanely fun. It's not trying to rip your face off, but it's packed with non-stop action from beginning to end. The opening sequence is just wild, and it just gets better from there. The vicious top hat, the powerful airtime hills, and then the celestial spin. That element might be one of the coolest things ever put on a roller coaster. The way you interact with the other train while twisting through it, my jaw literally dropped the first time I experienced it. It's pure coaster magic. From there, the second half just keeps the energy going, with a fast-paced layout and non-stop racing visuals all around you. It's the perfect dueling coaster. Universal and Mach managed to create something that's not just thrilling, but also beautifully choreographed, visually stunning, and ridiculously fun. This isn't just a great ride, it's one of the best coasters on the planet. It's a must-ride for any thrill seeker or coaster enthusiast out there. Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. I honestly didn't expect this ride to land at number 1, but yet, here we are. The Ministry alone is one of the most immersive and jaw-dropping attractions you will ever experience. The screens are hyper-realistic, and when you pair that with the unique ride system, it genuinely feels like you're stepping into the wizarding world. While that first half may feel a bit repetitive, the animatronics, especially the Death Eaters, are beyond incredible. I've never seen animatronics this lifelike in my entire life. I genuinely had to stop and question if they were real actors. Combine that with incredible 8K screen interactions, and you're left in awe. The scale, the size, the detail of everything. The ride has it all. It's got an amazing length, and surprisingly, it's more thrilling than you'd expect. Without a doubt, it's just one of the best rides you can find anywhere, and plus it has one of the greatest queue lines in the world. No, it's actually the best queue line in the world. It's a full-blown experience from start to finish, and it's no question my favorite ride at Epic Universe. Epic Universe has truly redefined the amusement industry. With so many groundbreaking rides, it's hard to pick just one favorite, but nearly every attraction here is a home run. If you haven't already booked your trip to Epic Universe, do it as soon as possible. This is an experience you do not want to miss. So with that, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then please don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more epic content coming your way, along with detailed reviews of some of the highlights of Epic Universe and ranking every single ride at Universal with epic rides included. So with that, this is Hunter from Theme Park Hunting, and I will see you all later.